back to Philly, flipping them, licking them, screwing over everything in sight. Duster flowing, abs showing, looking like you wanna take a bite. Going back to Philly, hip hop, non-stop, crush you with karate chops. Your mom's the always brush your teeth. Baby, tanning, jihad, planning. Throw the pool, let's go. Going back to Philly, Philly, Philly. Going back to Philly. I don't think so. Going back to Philly, Philly, Philly. Going back to Philly. I don't think so.
Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to Philly. My name is Jeff Fritz. I like to write code online. Welcome back to my stream. I like to call this Fritz and Friends. I'm a program manager at Microsoft, but this is not something that my employer owns. This is something that I'm doing with you. Welcome, pair programmers out there on the web. It's great to see you again. It's great to be back. Back home, back in the home studio, able to relax in the friendly confines. Good morning, aspiring DevOps guru. Great to see you there in the chat room. Got my coffee. I think I'm just about ready to go. Let's start some cool music in the background. Let's make sure this is all level set and sounds good. It's a little bit hot. I wanted it to be nice and loud when Philly was on. Let me know if that music's a little bit loud there. This is, of course, Music to Code By from our good friend Carl Franklin. Got to spend some time with Carl this week, talk about podcasts and streaming and all kinds of cool things like that. Always great to talk to the fellows from .NET Rocks. This is a song called Blue off of his Music to Code By collection. You can get that at mtcb.pwop.com. There's links on both the Twitch and Mixer walls, and you can also find it on our GitHub page. Volume plus 10. You want a little bit more? Want a little bit more on the music there? Let me know what that is. Yeah, I don't have the thing hooked up just yet. I've got a couple of issues there that we need to address, Joe Bunn. Great to see you, though. Thanks for joining me here this morning over there on Mixer. Coding with Luce. Hello from the UK. I never normally get to watch live, so this is a great day for me. Oh, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in this morning. Actually, this afternoon there from the UK. All right, so we've got our music playing in the background. We're back in Philly. Today's hat. I told you I was going to get some hats if you followed me on Twitter. Whenever I go somewhere new, I want to try and get hats so I can remember it, bring them back, and share them with you on stream. So this is, of course, the Big D, a Disney hat, because I was at the Dev Intersection Conference this week, hosted at the Walt Disney World Swan. We had a lot of fun there. If you saw us on Tuesday, that was the first time I attempted a live stream pair programming with you, with an audience in the room as well. And that was a real treat. There was a lot going on there. And I'll give you a little information about what was happening behind the scenes. Our friend Shane Boyer had to take off. He was actually part of the keynote at Dev Intersection that afternoon, right after lunch, with Scott Guthrie. And while we're sitting there in the middle of the stream, Shane got a text message on his phone. There was an emergency, and he had to run. There was something that wasn't working quite right for that keynote. And when the guy in the red shirt calls, time to go. Good afternoon, Smob, and from Birmingham, Alabama. Is that, how do you pronounce that? Just W. DeMars? Welcome, DeMars. Let's just drop that. See how that works. Black Elvis from Hamburg, Germany. Terrific. Great to see you there, Elvis, from Hamburg, Germany. I think you've got the cool handle of the day so far. I need to put that somewhere on stream. Cool handle of the day. For our new friends that join us, to kind of acknowledge folks who have a cool handle. All right, let's talk about our new project. Let's talk a little bit about some of our existing projects, and importantly, let's start getting into some code here. So I am going to fire up Firefox over here on my other machine. Get this set up a little bit because I'm back in Philly. It's been a while since I've been here, you know? We will get this fired up at GitHub. And I know I'm not showing you the screen just yet, because I want to make sure I'm logged in and got all my passwords squared away first before I show you. Funks Kunks from Denmark. First time watching the stream. That's great. Great for you to join us, Funks Kunks. I appreciate you joining us. And there's another really cool handle, Funks Kunks. Can I just refer to you as Funks? Let's go with that. And Elvis. So I've got Funks and Elvis in the chat room today. This is really cool. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join us. There we go. It's good to be back in front of the green screen. Check digits. Oh, there we go. Good to see you, Ian. All right. This is a little inception here. All right. Saudi Arabia from Amdi? That's a little bit tricky for me to pronounce. Is it? I'm not quite sure. And so there's check digits, and we had a bunch of folks start following us over the last few days. We're more than halfway to our follower goal, and you can see it up here, the architecture workshop that we will host when we get to 2,500 viewers. Now, I still owe you, and I do feel that way, I owe you our call-in show for reaching 1,000 followers. And I spoke to some of our friends this week at Dev Intersection and got some ideas about how to manage that, because a call-in show and to be clear, we're calling it askme.net, right, to answer some of your .net questions. I've got some ideas about how to do that now that kind of corrected some of my initial assumptions. So I'm going to work on that in the next day or two here, and hopefully I can do something next week. Oh, thanks for the follow there, Elvis. I appreciate that. And good morning, Steve. Great to see you joining us. Always a pleasure. Coding with Luce. Thank you so much for joining us. And Steve, how are the Clippers doing? Mr. Ballmer, they need to improve a little bit here. All right. So of course you can go to github.com. C#Fritz is my repositories out there, and you can find a little bit more about what I'm working on. You can see some of the things out there. Ahmed, okay, that's fine. We'll just call you Ahmed there in the chat room, in the Twitch chat room. So you can see a little bit what I'm working on here on the live stream repository. Of course, I've updated my guests list here. I'm just about the end here. We're going to get Isaac in the door here to talk about monitoring applications very, very soon. We did our Dev Intersection Orlando show. These are all links to the YouTube videos. Of course, you can find with all the stuff, all the fun we had on each one of these with our guests. Fierce Kittens, we're going to have joining us very, very soon. She's on the other side of the mend here after some surgery, and I'm really looking forward to having another Twitch streamer join me here on our live stream. She has a really neat bot that she has written in Windows Forms that she uses to interact with her Twitch chat room and put all kinds of crazy GIFs and videos on the screen. If you haven't seen her stream, I've linked to her here. She goes by a pseudonym. Of course, women broadcasting video on the web is still a little bit tricky, and that makes me sad to see and hear. But I respect that. You know, she's really putting herself out there to interact with the community and share the different things that she does. Absolutely. She does have a great stream. I encourage you to check her out. So many typos. No worry. No worries there. But I do have a solid commitment from another Microsoft, one of the Microsoft bosses, to join us in about 2 weeks is when it looks like we're going to make that happen. So it looks like Mr. Hunter will be joining us. Yes, more coffee. But it's the middle of the afternoon for you guys over there. Isn't it like... Okay, full disclosure, never been to the UK. When exactly is tea time? Right? Isn't a tea a thing? Tea a thing in the afternoon? I mean, I'm just, American cup of Good Morning America coffee here. Let me know. I don't know these things. 4 p.m. All right. Well, you're almost there. Oh, it'll be at the end of the show. All right. So I have a bunch of questions that are hanging out here, and I want to actually start with this one. So if you have questions you want to ask, and you want to make sure I answer them on stream, you can always click into the issues here. Oh, and you're in Frisco, Texas today. Whoa. All right. Ooh, look at this. All right, hang on. Wow, there's a lot of stuff coming through here. All right. Yes, there's where Fierce Kittens is on Twitch. Let me come back to this in a second. So our friend Joe Bunn, in the chat room there, put together this amazing interaction with Mixer. And it looks like you put it together as a NuGet package. Oh my gosh, this is terrific. All right, and you call it MixerLib, right? And it's got your name in it. So let me search for it. There it is. Look at that. Terrific. Oh, that's great. So this is our friend in the Mixer chat room today, Joe Bunn, and I know your real name is actually John over here. But he put together a tremendous package here that has all kinds of interactions to go and work with Mixer, especially on the chat room, and to monitor followers so that you can get data to use both as a bot and to do different interactions like we do here on stream here. These widgets that you see for the architecture workshop and the number of followers and even the number of viewers in the top corner there, those are all actually coming out of an ASP.NET Core application. And we were working on building bots for these. Well, Joe Bunn there in the chat room went ahead and built this amazing library. And we should integrate with this now instead of directly into the source code so that you can version that separately from me and my widgets here. This is terrific. Congratulations. Because you put a tremendous amount of work in here, and this is a pretty valuable piece of code here. In fact, let's do this. Let's head on over to Twitter. I want to make sure that we pump this up. If you're integrating with is it Watch Mixer, I think is theirs? Yep. You should definitely check out the MixerLib package written by... Do you have a Twitter? No, it's not Joe Bunn. It's actually John. But I'm just reading everybody's handles here in the chat room. I noticed minutes delay from adding a comment and it to sync up on the screen widget. So the screen widget is actually coming off of Restream.io, which is pulling it out of Twitch. So it does take an extra few seconds for it to come through. My chat on the Twitch dashboard that I would be monitoring anyway, it's blank again today. I'm not seeing anything. It looks broken once again. JB7560. All right, at JB7560. There it is. Tremendous work and the great foundation for a Mixer bot. All right, terrific. And I'm going to make sure I throw a follow on that. There we go. Cool. Thank you so much. Chat widget would be cool. Maybe. That's not something I want to hit here today. I want to... no problem on the plug. Well deserved. Very well deserved. I want to answer this question, and I want to clean up some of the things we were working on Tuesday. So, what is the best way to display version numbers on a website with CI/CD? And this will actually take us back into our Stream Tools project, which is over here. I'm zoomed in really far on that. All right. There is actually a pull request that... Is this you, Smab? Smab UK. Is that the same person as we have here in the chat room? I bought Lone Developer Seeking Friends for VLS. Okay. So Standby Reloading and some of the other friends here in the chat room that have seen me using Visual Studio Live Share on stream, I hosted a panel discussion at Dev Intersection this week, and one of the questions came up, and the answer was something around Visual Studio Live Share, and I echoed a little bit of what we've been saying here in the chat room. It'd be kind of funny if we had a Tinder-like service for Visual Studio Live Share. Lonely developer seeking friends for pair programming. Live share me at, and then a URL. So, I'll just drop the mic there and figure out if somebody wants to actually go after that. But Standby Reloading, yes. That's, did you really do that? Lonely developer seeking friends for VSLS? Yes. Swipe left. Oh, I don't want to see that code. Swipe left. AppVer is a really nice patching feature for versioning files and packages. They do. They absolutely do. So does VSTS. But I'm going to take a look at the version tag helper update. Oh my gosh. Hang on. We've got to look at this. You really did. Lone developer seeking friends for VSLS.com. No, it is registered. Okay. All right. I've got to tell our friend Jonathan Carter, who was on here with us showing Visual Studio Live Share. Instead of a site like Farmers Only, why not do Developers Only? And Nightbot is a little annoyed with that. What is this? Are you kidding? Your ancestry? You make me sad. I don't like this ad. All right. Accidental Geek, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Good morning again, Steve. Great to see you. Looks like you've been working out there. A little sweaty there this morning, Steve. It's going to be a thing. All right. Now we got to make sure. Right. So this is lonely. No, spell it right. Lonely developer seeking friends for VSLS. And he is lost in tangent, is Jonathan. All right, and who else? Let's tell John Galloway. He thought that was fun too. All right, let's see how that goes over. Is this the NW Far Cry? TweetDeck.twitter.com instead. Yeah, I usually do use that. Yeah, there is a little bit of a check on folks posting links with Nightbot, just to make sure. I have had a few trolls in the chat rooms. Folks see Microsoft and they like to jump in and annoy us. All right, let's take a look. Let me come back over here. And I'm just going to peek on my extra screen over here, over at TweetDeck, and see if anybody actually said anything for us. I'm always up for a live share, Jonathan says. All right. So, and I'm talking to some friends and seeing if I want to get to TwitchCon this year. That's kind of a thing. I want to make sure that I get there. I don't have any other events, and I'm angling to see if I can get in on a panel discussion at TwitchCon. I think that'd be fun to talk about coding on stream on a panel discussion there. We'll see how that goes. VSLS TwitchCon. See, that would be cool. That would be very cool. I also had a crazy idea. Tell me how crazy this is. I'm the program manager right now for ASP.NET Web Forms. That's my day job, right? I think it might be pretty cool to do a coding stream with the guy who was the first program manager for ASP.NET. Just a half an hour. Can't take too much of his time. He's a busy guy. But it might be fun to do that. I'm thinking about it. Interesting use of Mixer. So used to seeing game streamers, but streaming code is definitely different. It is. You're absolutely right, Accidental Geek. And my thought is I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to learn. Everybody has a chance to get free code tools, has a chance to get free training. I'm very much a hacker from the 90s where I believe that knowledge should be free. I have free training videos on Microsoft Virtual Academy. Anybody can go and watch them and learn about ASP.NET Core. And that's why I'm here. I want you folks to have a chance to work together, learn a little bit. Maybe I learned something from you. I've learned a lot from our friend John or Joe Bunn there in the chat room. All the cool stuff that he's built. So, absolutely. I should do some PUBG later. PUBG's not my thing. I might be up for, like, Hearthstone later, or Heroes of the Storm. That might be fun. Yes, or Dallas. That's exactly who I'm referencing. Might be interesting to do. Might be interesting to figure out what we can do there. And I see some folks unfollowing on Mixer. Oh, that's a shame. Woodsy says, I learned how to write tests on your stream. Oh, that's great, Woodsy. Was that when we were on with Brendan, Dev Chatter? We were writing tests together. That was about a month ago. Okay, I want to take a look at this updated version tag helper. So, what Smab is talking about here, and Smab's there in the chat room. Great to see you. He changed around the tag helper a little bit with how he gets data for this. So let's take a look at the changes that he's made and see how this affects our project. So I'm going to start off here. You know what? I've been moving things around on my desk here, and this isn't going to work. I'm a big fan of Captain America, and my Captain America Disney Infinity statuette is just in the wrong place today. I usually have him over here on my Surface dock. There we go. Right? Because it's important to have toys on your desk. I've got like 3 Rubik's Cubes, poker chips. I look at that in there, green poker chips too. In front of my green screen, I can put a hole in my head, literally. All right, look at that. All right. And I've got fidget cubes. Folks have given me fidget cubes. I've got those things. My phone. I've even got Thor on my desk. All right. The ASP.NET domain is on the whitelist for links. Yes, it is. Realized it generated a link because of the dot. No, you're good, Coding with Luce. Yes. ASP.NET and any Microsoft domain, they are whitelisted. Joe Adamita asks, does Microsoft have a cloud-like web stack like the mean stack? So ASP.NET with SQL Server runs free, runs anywhere, and you can run SQL Server for free now in a Docker container. Check that out. There's a Docker container out there for SQL Server, and that'll get you up and running, and then you can put that over on Azure, and it runs great together. All right. Yeah, coding with Loose. I made a problem. I made a big mistake when I first started streaming, and I didn't have the ASP.NET domain whitelisted. Oh, that was a problem. Continuous integration has not been set up. Yes, I want to do my command line instructions here because I want to copy this down and work on it locally here on my machine. That's not how you spell command. There's command. Ooh, that's big. And I pumped up my font size because I was on stage. So let me back that off just a smidge. I always have larger than normal fonts when I'm streaming. But when I was on stage, it was like, it's much. Awesome, thank you. You're a CS student from Orlando at UCF. Oh, that's great, Joe Adam. Is it Joe Adam Ida? That's great to see you, Joe. We actually have resources available for college students if you want to learn a little bit more and get free access to all of our tools and free access to Azure. Drop me a line on Twitter, C#Fritz, just like here on the stream, and I'll connect you with the right people so you can get access to those college student resources. We want to make sure that while you're learning there at college and you're building cool new things, you have free access to the resources you need. All right, let me get over here. This is in fritz.stream tools, so we can look at our project, look at this pull request. We're half an hour in yet, and I haven't opened Visual Studio yet. That makes me feel bad. What am I doing? Give me PowerShell. So PowerShell I have set up with PoshGit. So I get this cool glyph here that tells me the current status of my Git repository I'm working in here. And I didn't copy this out properly, it looks like. Copy to clipboard, here we go, paste. Why won't you paste? Now I feel bad it's not pasting. All right, paste. There we go. Selva Kumar from India. Welcome, Selva. Oh my gosh, it's late at night for you out there. I mean, I appreciate you tuning in, but woo. Coding with Loose. Microsoft are awesome to the community. It blows me away what you all do for us. A cloud developer advocate gave me a free ticket to Build in May as a thank you for some things I did. Terrific. All right, I'll look forward to seeing you at Build. I'm doing a lot of work on Build today, actually. I'm reviewing and looking at all the content we're putting together for that. Now, why did it merge? It shouldn't have merged. Hang on. Wait a sec. Git checkout, git pull. Well, this is a problem. Oh no. No. Git reset. No. I want to do a git merge. Ugh. Hang on. Git log. I'm going to reset and go back. Because it's already merged a couple of these in here. No. I want to go back to here. 53AB. Alright. How do I reset to that? Yes, they did rename DreamSpark to Microsoft Imagine. Alright, here comes where my git foo falls down. I want to reset and undo. I want to unpack these other merges here from... Haha! Simon, I got your real name. No, kidding. So I want to reset to this one, 53AB. Right, I could just do a git checkout at that. Yeah, now I'm at detached head state. Alright, git revert. Oh, really? Let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to go git checkout head, so I go back there. Well, that feels bad. Dev. Alright, git revert, not rivet. 53AB. That's fine. Yeah, but see, now I got it. I think Joe Bun has the right one there. Git reset, hard, origin, dev. Much better. Whew! Okay. Alright. Now, where was I? I was trying to do this. One more time. There we go. All right, now I can see your changes. There we go. I want this Visual Studio. That one. I did a lot of work on that analyzer that we were working on with Jason Bach to finish out some of the features of it. And actually, I showed it. I showed it to Kendra Havens and even to Scott Hunter and said, we really need to enforce some of these things that your Docker server host is configured Windows. Yes. So I showed it to Scott Hunter thinking we need to enforce some of these things that we consider as recommendations. He thinks it's a good idea. Coding with Lou says Git is black magic sometimes. You know what? I think you're right. And I want to bring in some of our friends that do specialize in working with Git so that I can work on my Git foo here and some of these slightly more advanced topics we can take a further look at and learn. All right, let me change this back over to our dark theme. Dark. Come on, theme. When you're presenting at a conference, you really need to use the light theme because otherwise the whole room goes dark and people start falling asleep in their seats. That's a bad idea. All right, next thing I want to do, of course, is turn on word wrap. There we go. All right. Let's move this over just a smidge. That's good. I know my head blocks some of the Solution Explorer, but that's okay. Like Phil Hack. Well, Phil's pretty good with Git. Yeah, I would say he's got a little bit of insight there. Oh, Git in my belly. All right. I think somebody just took the lead there on our on our handle of the day. Great handle. Git in my belly. Welcome. You know what? I'm even going to open this up just a smidge because you don't really need to see the gutter there in Visual Studio. Cool. All right. Welcome, Git in my belly. Thanks for joining us. You know what? It's not telling me what you joined on. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, it's not showing that. All right. Hey, that is brilliant. All right. Let's take a look. Selva Kumar. Looks like you're following and unfollowing a little bit here. All right. SMDS is now following. Welcome. I'm not seeing the numbers pop up here from my application. Let's see. What do we have here? I teach Coding with Lou says I teach a community coding course. It is organized by an organization called Code First Girls, who provide the materials, and one of the weeks is Git, and they're told to use the GitHub desktop application. Do any professional developers use anything other than the CLI? Well, to be clear, what I've seen with the folks that I work with at Microsoft is that they prefer using the CLI because they're doing the same operations again and again and again, and it's like typing habit to break out to the command line and just fire the same commands in. I have seen people use Git Kraken with a lot of success. I was on their beta program, and it was a tremendous application. But I think those visualization desktop applications for Git are a really good thing to help us visualize all the streams that are flowing back and forth between the different branches there. Source tree is another good one. Yep, or Dallas is pointing that one out. A lot of folks loving Git Kraken. Cool. When I use GitHub, I use the Visual Studio extension for it. Okay, DJ Vortex, that sounded like a meme with the what is it? Meme builder with the most interesting man in the world, right? This isn't loading, and I'm not a fan of that ad here. All right, you know what? We're not going to look at that. Yeah, sorry. Meme generator. All right, let's see about this one. A little bit better. All right. Where is he? I don't see him. The most interesting man in the world. Caption and image. Here we go. Let's try this. Most interesting man. Let's see if it finds him. There he is. I don't always use GitHub, but when I do, I use Visual Studio. I don't always commit code with Git. There we go. I feel like I want to put a couple more spaces there so it wraps. Let's see, I'm going to get that ugliness. Ugh. Can I put a carriage return? Nope. There we go. Let's do that. Source safe is the devil. No, don't do that. That's... Come on, I click generate. Oh, I got to pick a language. Yeah, English. There we go. From our live stream chat room. There we go. All right, enough about that. Let's actually look at this. I grew up with Visual Source Safe. All right, so the changes that you made were, and we'll take a look at version tag helper, and the other one was in the footer. All right, so I have a tag helper, and a tag helper is an ASP.NET Core feature that allows us to write some code to replace, look at that, goodbye. It allows us to write some code to replace the contents of a tag while operating on the server and paint that result in HTML on screen. So this is a tag helper that has a version type enum as part of it, has an assembly type as an attribute that you can pass in. Okay, the type of the assembly to be versioned, cool. Type represents the type of version to be returned. File version, product version, or assembly version. Okay, so we'll return the product version by default. That makes sense. I like that. Let's see here. And then process async. This is the one method that you really have to implement. There's process async and there's also a process. But we recommend you implement the process async method here. So what he does, we have, there's two attributes, there's two parameters being passed in. Tag helper context. Context, this is the information about what's written into our page. And the output, this is what we're going to actually output into the HTML that's transmitted to our viewers. So output tag name equals span, so we're going to change to a span tag that has a start tag and an end tag. And we're going to append some HTML, some child content. If there was any in between the start tag and the end tag, that's fine. If there is no assembly type, we'll get the current type of this class. That's fine. Assembly type, get type info. Now what do I have? What do I have a thing there? I'm missing system reflection. There we go. Get custom attribute, assembly file version attribute. Okay. Assembly type. All right, so we're just looking to pull the appropriate version information here. If it was requested, that's cool. That was fun, Vortex. Thank you for tweeting. And then we're going to output that version string. All right, that's pretty good. I can work with that. And we're going to process the rest of this. This makes sense. Now, the way that the place this was used was inside of my footer over here. And there you go. You can see there's our version being referenced. If you're using the light theme, this green text here actually shows up as purple. It's green, turquoise. But that kind of shows you a little bit about what it is. Type of program. It doesn't like that. Let's make this type of, let's see. You know what? I'm going to go type of, my follower controller. That works too. I don't care. Something that's inside this project. And we're going to grab the product version. All right. So if I save that and run my project here, I should get this cool new version number sitting in the footer of my browser. So here my application is starting, and we'll be able to watch my web server logging information to the console. There it goes. Here's my browser, and I'm configured right now. That's not the right button. There we go. I'm configured right now to use Chrome with Chrome debugging. That's where I left things when I was at the show. And I'm now getting a hyphen and then my product version number being output. Now, it's not quite the same color as the rest of the code here in my footer. Let's take a look at that real quick. So it's being output. Oh, you know what? I have a class of text muted on that. You know what? I bet you if we just copy that class right there, I bet you if we copy that onto this, it'll just work. And it does. Now it's the same class and the same color there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to look at my configuration page and see if it carries over. And it sure does, and it looks good there. I've done so with 1 or 2 public projects, never had an issue with it either. Yeah, it's not bad. All right. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I think I'm going to commit those changes and accept our pull request from our friend Smab over there in the chat room, but we know he's actually somebody else. Smab UK. All right. So I'm going to go to command line instructions. And, oh, you submitted that as a pull request on master. I don't want to commit. Well, I don't necessarily want to commit this directly into master. I'd like to actually commit it into my dev branch. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to merge this into my development branch. I'm going to say git checkout dev. Oh, I got to merge here. All right, so we'll do this. Fixed some using statements and footer formatting. Footer CSS. How's that sound? All right, git checkout dev. All right. Yes, I know that it's different now. And now I'm going to merge. Not that one. So we'll merge those changes in. And then we will push it back to dev. Terrific. And is it going to show me that it was merged? Merged into dev instead of master. Thank you for submitting this pull request to help answer. And the question was actually here. This is, what I want to say, C# Fritz / livestream #45. C#, I can spell my name. Fritz.livestream #45. Yep, that linked properly, and I'll close. All right. Hang on, what happened here? Fantastic. All right, we're good. Wife dropping me a message, letting me know everything's going A-OK. Well, that sentence went wrong. What's interesting is the different ways you can use the change the versions in that project file. There's many ways you can change versions in the project file. Absolutely. Lots of different plugins out there to set and change it, and there's a couple different places. The project is on GitHub and over here. So let's show this. Loading. You could set dev as the default branch on GitHub. That's not a bad idea at all. I like that. All right, so let me come over here. So right now it shows master as the default. I'll go to branches, and I will change the default to dev. Yes, do it. Make it so. All right. So now when folks browse to this project, it'll pop up at dev and not at master. All right. What's next? What else do we want to do? There's another pull request here for the OBS audio control. I want to come back to this because I've got a couple other things I want to hit. First, problem with .git attributes. Did this load? It did. All right. Unexpected assemblies, Microsoft assemblies. So you're just outputting the version number of everything here in this sample site. That's kind of cool. All right. But what's a good way to update those versions? I'm going to close this issue. Very cool stuff. But there's a good way to update those version numbers using VSTS or something like that. But I'm not doing any of those things just yet. Docker with databases. So my friend Michelle LaRue Bustamante is going to join us here in the next few weeks. She's an expert with Docker. She might be able to help us with this. And our friend Julie Lerman has been interested in joining us again. So we might be able to resolve that between one or both of them. Check the page you loaded that's in the GitHub project. Which page? Which page? Help me out with that. Learn F# together. I really want to grab Philip Carter and talk about this. And using extending JavaScript services, I've got the inside track on getting Steve Sanderson on the show at some point here. This is very close to happening. Using span, I want to talk about that at build, actually. Because I think I can get Mads to join us for this one. All right. GitHub project has all of the examples of how to set different versions. Really? Let me go back to that. Where was it? I didn't close it here, did I? The GitHub project. Nothing set to false, set a value. Look at that. All right. Even if you don't use this information, it'll display calculated values. You have to edit project.cs project. Yeah. Editing CS project. Just use a version prefix. All right. Setting a value. Oh, look at that. It's a VB project, too. Trying to find a way to use span and memory. I have not found it yet. So here, let's take a look at these. So here's, you're specifying a version right there in your XML. So during your continuous integration, you can certainly push a version right in to that value. Manual, all different. Right, so you have version, file version, assembly version. Yeah. So different things, and then a version prefix and a version suffix, and these are all, right? These are all attributes in your CS project or VB project file that uses the SDK to build. Very cool samples here. Let's see here. Build revision, replicate, build in revision wildcards using Roslyn's version pattern logic. Let's see what that one looks like. Oh my gosh, date time. Yeah, look at all this math you're doing here. Wow. Right, and version is $, major version, minor version, build, revision. And you're actually specifying those values here, and you're picking up those property values and jamming them in. That's very cool. I like this set of demos you have here, Simon. All right. Build date time. I think we kind of stumbled into a little bit of that. Yeah, look at that. And you're just getting those values and then jamming them all together. That's pretty cool. And what else do we have here? Visual Studio Team Services built. Add configured build number from VSTS to version suffix. Yep. So, yeah, VSTS will do some of that work for you there. That's pretty cool. And then you're putting all the date time information together as a version, as a revision number. So that's kind of neat. What's the last one here? Visual Studio Team Services build with Git branch. Oh, so right, you may want to put the source branch name, right? So dev or something like that. Right, I have feature underscore as my feature branch names. So that's kind of cool to force that version information in there. Pages end up being placed into different assemblies than you may expect. Yeah. Running in debug or release may give different values and created assemblies. True. Putting a tag helper in an external library changes the result of the current running assembly. Yeah, so that's where you would really want to use that type, that assembly information to pass in. Here's the type you should inspect to get the assembly information from. That's a good helper that you put together for that. Very cool. I'm going to bookmark this so I can come back to it later and show some other folks. Very cool sample there. I feel like that should be its own little 5 or 10 minute talk, a little video almost showing, here's the different ways to version it. But there's, on the other side, there's plugins for those continuous integration platforms that you may want to use to inject some of those version numbers and then have your scripts and your properties parse and put together that full name. Very cool stuff. Well done. Well done. I learned something today. That's great. All right. I want to go back. I don't want to do too much more work here on the Stream Tools project. Where am I? I'm in dev. That's fine. Go ahead, reload everything. Because I want to close this, and I want to talk a little bit about our core Wiki project. So the purpose of this project is really to give us a base platform, a base application that's very simple so that our guests can come on, pair program with us to add a feature to this very simple base wiki that shows how to use Couchbase, shows how to use Cosmos DB or Kubernetes or some of the architecture things we want to do with this very simple one-page project to enhance and add those other features. It would be really cool and easy to do, and we'll have the same base project to start from so everybody can learn and see exactly how to add those features. Vortex asks, does VSTS support build tasks, as in traditional build server build tasks? They do. They have a bunch of different ways that you can even write your own build tasks, but they have a bunch of them already made up and available for you that you can use to inject those values into your project. All right. I think I'm ready to go and jump into this and do a little heads down coding. All right, let's see what we got here. So we had a bunch of issues. I ended Tuesday's stream by saying, let's open some issues here so that we can talk about some of the things we want to do with a wiki, so that we have something good to start with that kind of feels like a good thing. Custom build tasks was specifically the question, as I have a versioning build task we use in-house and are starting the VSTS migration. Yeah, there is something there you can use. I'm not an expert in VSTS. Lord knows if you've watched the stream, you've seen me fail miserably with VSTS. Yeah, you can chain git gulp for JS tasks, absolutely. So you can do a lot of those builds that traditionally would be done for a Node app to build out your application. Good coffee, but I may need more by the end of the stream, and that'd be a bad thing. So one of the first things that I was very concerned about was routing. And this very simple project that we have didn't have routing set up too well. I wasn't thrilled with it. And I think on Saturday we'll do some more on the stream tools. I want to pull out the mixer lib there and wire up John's mixer lib project now. So let me go back over and let's find. I don't have Core Wiki here on my recent project list. All right. C dev Core Wiki. Here we go. So this is a very, very simple project intended to make it easy for folks to learn. I really want that 100, 200 level developer to be able to see and learn this stuff. I found it easier to just use PowerShell tasks during VSTS builds. True. There's another option, right? And all of these things are about flexibility and using what makes you most comfortable. Toey Vark, welcome. I appreciate the follow over there on Twitch. Is that a rip on Tony Stark? Is that what that is? Let me know. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So, my edit and create pages for this use a simple markdown editor so that we can get some rich text editing right on the page. And we're writing our content into a little SQLite database over here. So let's see what this looks like to start with, and then we'll start refactoring and add in some new features and make this a little bit easier for folks to use. Jeff Stark, the new Iron Man. I am not. Am not. All right. So our index page right now is showing a list of pages here that are available in the application. And that's, for a wiki, that's kind of garbage. That's lame. But I can click edit on these, and I can see my topic, which is really the title, and I can see my content formatted with the rich text, and you can see my markdown is all highlighted here. So you can work with it a little bit. And if I actually click the details link on these, it actually comes up formatted properly, and my topic gets moved up to the top. I kind of want a last published line underneath that. Now, these are all built with Razor pages, right? And Razor pages are a very page-focused way for you to build applications. So right here under my H2, I feel like I should have an H. Let's make it an H6. And I'm going to put model, article, published, and let's make that, let's say, if I say to local time, let's go to long time string. See what that looks like. So I saved, let's refresh. That looks terrible. Ugh. Model, article, published, to long date string. That's a little bit better. I don't think I want the full day in there. To short date string? Oops. Need those. Last published. A little bit better. I'm going to change this to an H5. Alright. Let's do a little of this. That didn't do anything. Ugh. And now my delete key's not working. There we go. I guess that's alright. It's going to be server time, just saying yes. Yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? Probably want to show a slug or not show the content at all on the index. Actually, stand by reloading. I think we should create a page called homepage and show that content. That way you can maintain the content that's on the homepage. It's going to be server time, just saying. Yeah, we need to do things with time zone at some point. You're right. maybe I can get the guy who wrote Noda Time to help us with that. And I think you know who wrote Noda Time. This was more for an experiment and test my own skills, not suggesting it is actually a valid use case. I would fork this project and see how well it would work as a mobile project. You're right. You absolutely go ahead and do it. Go for it. I have all my projects out there as open source, and I welcome you to give it a shot. Have fun with it. Let me know how it works. It's a great idea. All right. Keeping an eye on things, moving the stuff. Everybody's happy. Folks are on Twitter. Let's push some folks on Twitter. Hey folks, we're writing code live at, and I'll give them the Twitch. Come join us. All right, there we go. So yeah, I encourage you to experiment with my code. It's free, it's easy to download and use. Enjoy it. All right, Yo-Yo Fritz, how is it going? Great to see you, Chilaxa Thor? Is that like this Thor? Just saying. All right. Cool. All right. So, all right, I've got a last published thing up there. Edit. Okay, I don't want it to say back to list. I want it to say back to home. And I want to... Finally, someone gets it. Yes! Ha-ha! All right. See that? Not just a hat rack. See that right there? This episode is brought to you by the fine folks at Disney. Yeah, I hope they don't nail me for a copyright infringement because I'm wearing their hat. Ugh. All right, so I was saying I'd really like that homepage, the index page. Where's index? I'd really like that to show the homepage. Thor in the house. My daughter has a hammer. Has a Mjolnir hammer. It's down the hall in her bedroom. But let's see what we can do here. I want to make the homepage actually show. I actually want it to come to the details page and default the home content. That feels like a routing thing we might be able to do something with. Let's do this. I'm not entirely up to speed. I'm a little bit behind on how to do routing with Razor pages. So let's learn a little bit here. I'm going to go over to Solution Explorer and pin this for right now. And I don't have homepage content just yet. You know what? Let's do this. Let's make sure we have homepage content first. And then let's add and then let's work on our routing. So what I'm going to do, oh boy, I said that too fast. What I'm going to do, Mr. Dr. Carbon. Welcome, Mr. Dr. Carbon. Actually, isn't it? Thanks for joining us. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. The Mr. Dr. Carbon, isn't that like Mr. Doctor Strange? Look at that, Doctor Strange. And I've got the pup. Moxie CB, Terry Myerson leaves Microsoft after the reorg. So long, Terry. Stop it. Did that really happen? Is that a thing? Don't make me come find that. I can't let that kind of announcement information go by. Whoa. Okay, that was real. Our friend Mary Jo Foley is covering it. Oh, dear Lord, they're reorging it again. I have a feeling I'm going to have a meeting or two. Where's Mary Jo Foley? Where is she? Here's what I'm going to do. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to put the brakes on here just a second. I'm streaming on Twitch right now, and your reorg report is all we're talking about. Twitch TV C# Fritz. So, covered the Sanofsky regime a few years back. Oh, Mary Jo's been covering Microsoft for a very long time. There's definitely something to be said about Microsoft and reorgs. And here's her article. Terry Meyerson's a nice guy. He's got some pretty good principles that he was trying to go after with the Windows organization. I'm going to be curious as to what meetings I'm pulled into later today to discuss this change, because it definitely impacts some things coming up. And it's always a little bit annoying when you hear of a reorg right before an event you're planning. We had a reorg dropped on me right before our Ready event in Vegas last year, and that kind of made things a little bit dicey planning content, because all of a sudden, whoops, there's people who aren't going to be attending sessions to learn about this content because they don't have jobs anymore. Other things like that happen. So this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, we have Build coming up in May. Oh, tell me about it, Moxie. I'm working on the development content for that. Meat Popsicle says, Goo is taking over the world. You know what? I just spent some time with Guthrie this week. Great guy. Contains an email from Satya. I'm not going to open an email from Satya here on stream. Yes, there's... You know what? The ZDNet folks, they need to get paid so that our friend Mary Jo can make a living bringing us great content like this. Much respect for you, Mary Jo, if you're out there watching. And heck, if you want to dial in, you want to join us here on stream, I'd love to have you. I'll pass you the Skype link, and we'll be happy to have you join us. I'll even write some code in Notepad if you'd like. On stream. I'll Skype you in and even write some .NET code in Notepad with you. Big smiley face. That email is in the public domain. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to show it on stream. You're welcome to go and find it and read it. That's one of my principles. I'm not going to show you Microsoft emails here on video. I don't want to, even if it is on their news site. I'm sorry. I'm not going to show that here on stream. Can't, still in PJs. Me too. Yeah, no poking the fire. Friends out there watching me who like to pair program here, the last thing that I need is the bosses upset about content that I'm showing here on stream. So, all right. So, yeah, there are a few things that I won't do here on stream. You won't see me openly criticize Microsoft. You will see me, though, talk about and discuss things that are Microsoft, that are publicly announced, but I will not. I'm sorry, I'm not going to show you any emails or things that are out there. But if they did publish it, that's great. You're welcome to go and read it. All right. Mr. XJK KZ. Welcome. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, though. Fritzables. There we go. I'm not a principal. I'm actually a senior. I'm a senior program manager, not a principal program manager. Hopefully that changes sometime soon. We'll see. We'll see. Reviews are coming up in June. So everybody put in a good word for me. And actually, when folks do say some nice things in the chat room, I hope you don't mind. I do clip some of those and share them with folks. When you say stuff like about how much you enjoy C# or .NET, those things. This is not where I want to be right now. I want to be over here. Let's see. Lance Maker says, Microsoft is cool on my book right now, except for Windows 10. That is a botnet. VS and VS Code are cool, and C# is awesome. Cromulent is a good word. All right. That's too fancy for me. Cromulent. I need a definition of that. A free online dictionary. No, give me the stinking dictionary. Appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious. Okay. I see. All right. Simpsons reference. Aha. And C# is awesome now. We're working to make C# even better. That's why I'm hoping I can get Mads on stream at some point here. All right. Back to our code. I have a question for those who code with C#. I do. Is it possible to make a web application first and deploy it for desktop, like Discord? Coded Beard, thanks for the subscription. I really appreciate that. You'll get access to our .NET Bot emote, and I will match your subscription, and together I'll take that doubled dollar value and we'll donate that to Girl Develop It. That's a nonprofit organization that helps to support women learning how to code and also underserved minorities. So thank you so much. Coded Beard with the sub. Thank you. So your question, is it possible to build a web application first and deploy it for desktop like Discord? So you could do that with something like an Electron-based application. You can, and there's a group of folks who are building a framework to allow you to do that using .NET Core, hosting an Electron frame, and just serving content from it. I forget what they call that. I spoke to some of those folks at MVP Summit this year. There is a bridge that will allow you to turn your web app into a UWP app, but are you looking for? See, Discord is built like an Electron app. So there's a couple different things going on there. Core Wiki to PWA. Now, Janescu, there's a great idea. There's an idea for a great set of tasks here. I got to open that one. I love that. BGSS, thank you so much for the follow. What do we got here? Yeah, okay. There's a link to being able to create PWAs. Convert to a PWA. This feels like a cool, progressive web app waiting to happen. All right. I like that. That's a great idea for an enhancement to this. You're welcome, Mr. XJKZ. I hope you hang around, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. All right. Here we go. So let's talk back about routing here in ASP.NET Core. Gosh, where was I? Gabriel Bico, welcome. Mads has a NuGet for that. I did see him building this. There's a couple things that it was missing. It's close. All right. Now, routing with Razor pages. Come on, Alt-Tab. Here we go. So let's look that up. Razor pages routing. Here we go. My Twitter in an app application makes TweetDeck and molds it as a desktop app using Chromium. That's pretty cool. All right, I can buy that. There's an add page route convention. Let's see what that looks like. Options, conventions, add page route. Now, where is options at? To configure generated links to use your add page route uses add page route model convention. Yeah, okay. Where does that live? Where are these options? What is that options object hanging off of? Because that feels really bad that we don't have documentation that says where you're actually hosting these. Yeah. It just says options. Razor Pages options such as adding conventions are added when MVC is added. For example, see the sample app. I'd really like to see this inside of a configure services method. So I'm going to go give some feedback down here. Sign in. Yes, please. Really? Sign in with Twitter, because I feel like signing in with Twitter. There we go. I'd really like to see the options syntax at the beginning demonstrated within the context of a startup configure services method. The context isn't clear to me. There we go. Fantastic. All right. So let's do that. Scroll up to the top. Cool. So options, conventions, add for the page routes. Options, conventions, add page route to do. Okay, let's do that. CEF sharp. What is that? What is CEF sharp? Forgot that name of the project I used to do that. Just had to look it up. Nice scrolling move. I have that. So I have an old Logitech gaming mouse kind of thing here, and it's got the button so that I can click and make it scroll. How can you message me on Twitter? Tell you what, I will. Go ahead, drop me a line. I just followed you. All right, so let's do this. I'm actually going to copy that because I can. Let's go to Startup. So in here, Chromium Embedded Framework API for C#. Fancy. All right. And setup action. So we will say options, something like that. All right. And, all right, so we said options, conventions, add page route. So that's the URL. And then it's going to go, wait a sec. Hang on. What's the syntax of add page route look like? Right? No, not that one. It doesn't know what conventions is. Cool. Let's see here. Options. And I got your text message, your DM there. Where was it? Joe. There we go. Yeah, this doesn't have... there it is. Okay, options, conventions. And it doesn't have add page route. Am I missing something? Let me control period on that. That doesn't work. Hello? Yeah, right? Add Razor Pages options. Really? Add MVC. Let's see what we got here. See, it's not clear what these do. Add Razor Pages options. All right. And now I can pass in options. Yeah. Options dot, okay, conventions. Okay, add page route model convention. Page name, page route model action. Creates and adds a page route model convention that invokes an action on the page with the specified name. I also have another Razor page you may be interested in. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll get it to you. Look at this. We could send me a pull request. Hello, Virtua Clem. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be. Great to see you. Thank you for chiming in on our chat room. All right. If I do, I don't think that's the one I want to do. I think I want to do add page route. Or wait. Let's start with this one. Page name route. The page can be routed via route in addition to the default set of path-based routes. All links generated for this page will use the specified route. Oh, checkmatey. Thank you for the cheer. I appreciate that. And of course, I'll match that cheer, and we'll make that another donation to Girl Develop It to help girls, help women learn how to write code, just like we're doing here on stream. Thank you. /contact, the contact page /text. 5:23 in the afternoon in France. Oh, that's where you are. Okay. Bonjour in France. Look at that. I know a little French. That's about the extent of it. But I know enough not to be a complete jerk in France. All right. So, Reno in MO. Hey, great. My French is incredible. Stop it. Stop. No, it's not. My French is incredibly bad. All right, here we go. So, add page route. So, I want to make the default page that you request when you come to the root. Your French sounds like my English. Right? I want to do like... okay, so let's say details. But the route that I want it to listen on is right off the root. So I want to do like text. Like that. Right? Tell me that's not completely wrong. Right? So that when you browse to it, it'll go to that page. Let's see what that does. I'm just eyeballing Twitter here to see if Mary Jo writes back and says, okay, can we jump on? Love to talk about it. Long time, first time. First time, long time. Something like that. All right, so details over here is second article. So if I put second article. Yeah, see, that didn't go anywhere. Right? Or if I put a space there. No. 404. Right, so, all right, let's go back over to details. Let's think about this. Because I want to receive the topic. Right, something like that. Right? Let's see. Let's look at syntax. Right, because you normally receive information about the route right on the top. Razer code blocks. I never touched ASP.NET, but this thing looks like cool. Oh, so ASP.NET, ASP.NET Core. If you're not familiar, Mr. X, Mr. XJK. I'm looking for a shortened name that I can give you here. The ASP.NET Core runs great on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Completely free. You can download all the tools without having to install all of Visual Studio. And it works great with Visual Studio Code. I can call you Jock. All right, I will call you Jock. Well, is that more like Jacques? What song, Joe Adamita asks. This song is called Blue, and it's from Carl Franklin's Music to Code By. So if you go to mtcb.plop.com, you'll see information all about his Music to Code By. This is scientifically engineered to help get you in the groove, get you focused. And you can download 13 tracks. Each track is about 25 minutes long, the same length of time as a Pomodoro if you do the Pomodoro technique. So when the song ends, it's time to get up, walk around, refresh your beverage, start following a stream. No, kidding. If you don't want to download and pay for music here, you can actually get the app Music to Flow By. That's not it. Music to Flow By, not Glow. And this is a subscription service for a couple bucks a month. You'll get all the music to listen to and new music each month. Really cool. I have 45 minutes. I have to go work out. Forked Core Wiki to try a mobile app version. Fantastic. Jacques Clouseau. All right. So I'm trying to find that at page syntax so I can get the route correct here. Let's look for at page. No, it's not going to find that. Razer pages at page. I use the Pomodoro technique. Great tool for productivity and add parameter to page. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. That is exactly what I want to do. There it is, at page. Customizing routing. Here we go. At page handler question mark. If you don't like the query string handler equals join list in the URL, you can change the route to put the handler name in the path portion of the URL. You customize the route by adding a route template enclosed in double quotes after the at page. I was on the right page already. Stop it. Was I? I was. You're right. Ugh. All right. So, there's the Add Razer Pages options. Authorize folder. I'm not doing that just yet. Specify that Razer Pages are at the content root. They're already there. Or at a custom root directory. Nyeh. With a joke, but without the E and sounds like... Oh, and sounds like Joker. So, joke. Okay. I can do that. I will make that work. Mr. Joke. That's who it is. So, what doesn't it like that? Oh, I have to put it in quotes. All right. We'll do this. And it stuck an extra quote at the end. We'll get rid of that. So, now in my code behind for this... I should be able to receive, right, that information is going to get pushed into my page. Where does it get pushed? Looking, where is it getting, where does that handler get pushed in? Satya just released the official email. Okay, that's fine. I will look at that later. All right, where do we go here? The preceding route puts the handler name in the URL. The question mark following handler means the route parameter is optional. All right, I can make it optional as well because I really want it to default to the home page. You can use that page, blah, 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 blah. Use absolute virtual paths. Yeah, I want to view the sample code there because we're missing something here. Pages. Because he now has that handler as an attribute. Nope, it's not on this sample. Well, now that feels bad. Well, this one came second, so is it on this one? There we go. All right, so the ID is on, and it's, where does ID go? Oh, it's on the onGet. It's right there. Ha-ha! All right. So I'm putting topic name is what I'm calling this here. So let me go into this, and instead of having string ID, let me call it topic name. So now I'll be able to put that on. So we'll say if topic name equals null, route not found, mTopic equals, I should have done a refactor to get this. All right, so my Razor page has a onGet method sitting here in the page model that's going to help build it. This will be fired whenever anybody does a get. They navigate to my details page, and we're going to pass in the topic name that'll be captured now on the path using this routing parameter. So that'll be lifted, it'll be passed in here, and if it's not submitted, well, actually I don't want it to return not found. I want it to default to homepage, but I don't have a homepage yet. Let's put a to-do here. If topic name not specified, default to homepage. All right. We'll come back to that. If article equals null, so if it can't find it, return the not found page. That's fine. All right. Let's give this a shot and see if that helps a little bit. The time of day for me, folks. Have a great weekend. Great seeing you, DJ Vortex. I will be on Saturday, and we'll do some more cool stuff then. All right. So now if I click details over here, does that still work? No, it routed back to the home page. But if I change this to second article, I don't get anything. Now I've done it. Now I've broken it. I wish I could see where it went and what it requested. All right, is there anything? Nothing. It literally returned nothing. That feels bad. That doesn't make me happy. What happens if I click edit? Does that work? All right, so that worked. Do I have too much here? Let me go back in my startup. Do I really need this? I'm going to try removing that. Nope, too much. Too much. Put that there. Comment that out. I think I put too much there. So the idea is I want to be able to route and have the name of the page that I'm going to right on my URL bar. Right in the, so it becomes very SEO. No, it still wants to pass ID equals. Right? It's like it wants this. That worked. But I really don't even want the name details on there, right? I don't like saying details second article. Right? That feels weird. Right? I want it to just say / second article and have it be that page. Index / details / topic name for the route. Yeah, that's where I went. I don't want /index / details. I just want, right? I want to go to just /second article and have it go there, have it find it and show it. Now, I am in development mode here. Where did it actually go? So, all right, hang on. I'm going to scroll down here. So that's off the top of the page. And I'm going to refresh and see what it did. It gave me a 404. Trying to find /second article. Okay, so that page, uncomment and replace with those parameters. All right, hang on. So I think SMAB has a solution here for us. All right, we'll give this a shot. Oops, I gotta stop. All right, I will get rid of that. So you're saying /index for the route over here, right? Page name and the route. You're saying go /index /details /topic name question mark like that. Let's see what that does for us. And ooh, that doesn't work. Page /details. Where are we at there? This. Nope, wrong button. Wrong button. Don't do that. I'm clicking too many things. All right, here we go. One more time. /index on the left. All right, hang on. All right, hang on. Is it under /index? No, it's just at /details. So I think I want to go /details topic name. Right, and the route should be like that. Right? Because I don't have a /index. Let's see what that does. And maybe I'm wrong. It sent me somewhere. If I go there, it wants to go to details hello world. /index is the root. Is it? All right. So we'll do that. I didn't think... All right. Let's see what that does. And when I click on details, it's now generating the wrong route for me. If I go there, that pops up. I want to go there. Demon521. Hey! Good to see you. Right. Index, details, topic name is what I have here. Should it be the same on both sides? Like that? My text in the chat is obviously... The text is too small. No, I can see it. Details goes to the wrong place. If I do that, that goes to the right place. Right. So I have index on the right side. Right. /index /details topic name. /index /details. Any resources for Node.js. I'm not working with Node.js today. We're working on ASP.NET Core. Probably need a second route where the right side doesn't have details. Like that. Do something like that. For beginners. No, I don't. I'm sorry. /index. Oh! Oh! I got you now. All right, hang on. Slash index on this side. And then index slash details slash topic name. I see what you're doing. There we go. All right. Page slash index. Route template cannot start with. Right, so we got to get rid of that. No index on the right. There we go. Index is not a valid page name. Page name is a path relative to the blah, 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 blah. All right, hang on. I'm not understanding something. You have slash index, go to slash details, topic name for the route. All right, so, but if I put slash there, it doesn't like it. Right? Come on, give me the slash. There we go. Pages slash index? No. I never touched ASP also, so maybe I'm wrong. Right, so I have no index on the right side of my page route. How many devs does it take to screw up at a page route? You aren't kidding. And what kills me is it's not generating the routes appropriately. This is confusing. Alright, but if I go to slash... No, it's in the route creation. I'm not even getting there. I'm in the middle of building the router middleware. Route cannot start with a slash or that, or a tilde. So if I remove index on this side... Index is not a valid page name. Right, I don't... but it's right there! Alright, hang on. So let's do this. Let's get rid of that. I'm in the middle of Razor Pages options. So we're saying add page. Let's get rid of this. Alright, hang on. Add page route. Okay. Index slash topic name. Okay, Moxie said add page route. It doesn't want us to start with a slash. You cannot start with a slash on this side. On the right side, slash details slash topic name. That's what I've got, and it doesn't like that index. Even though index is right there, it doesn't like it. So, alright, so the next suggestion, shouldn't the left be slash index slash topic name? Left can't start with slash. And right, slash on the left. It doesn't like the slash on the left. I'll do that. Alright, so we've at least got past that part. If I go over and mouse over details, details is in the wrong format. Multiple actions matched. Right, so if I did details slash second article, if I go to just second article, that doesn't pop up either. So we're getting closer. Details slash topic name. I think I need topic name on the left here. Well, that's the page name. Let me go back to the... I think I'm confusing it because I have this thing here. Let's get rid of that. Mr. Bandler 42, welcome. We're a little confused here today. Nope. Details/second article is going back to the home page. If I just go to /second article, that doesn't load either. Alright, hang on. Developers. Yes, Mr. Bandler. Of course, we have to welcome developers. Thanks for joining us here on the stream here today. We're working on Razor pages to build what should be a simple wiki, and the routing here is confusing us a little bit. It now has 2 routes and doesn't know which to choose. Yes, it doesn't. And technically, I don't want it going to the index page. I want the index, right? When it goes to my details page, tell you what, let's click on that. We'll set a debug point and see if it actually... Nope, it's not hitting that breakpoint. If I click on details over here, because I changed the parameter to topic name, it doesn't match, and I get nulls coming out. Just to make sure that that's still working, I'm going to change the route ID on the details to topic name. Alright. That should work for my details pages now. So now I do have a topic name that it's passing in, and my page paints properly. But that's... I went back to right about where I started, you know? Alright, let's see here. We've got to be able to fix this quickly and easily. Right, if this was MVC, I'd know how to do this in a heartbeat. Right? With a controller and a view. Where are we at here? I wonder if details page needs public string, route data text, template value. Maybe. But what's on that, what's there, should be passed in on as an input parameter to my get. Right, the sample apps custom route. So, alright, so it put the text there, and then it also has it here, and that's what's being run into the page. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this exact same block in the top of... Where did details go? Oh, that needs quotes around it. Yes, I know. Okay. It's over here. So if I load that... And what was it? Second article. That doesn't load either because it matches both details and index. Okay, I'm confused. Add page route. The page can be routed via route in addition to the default set of path-based routes. So if what I'd really like to do is change this to topic name like that. That's what I want, I think. Topic name is second article, so that should load in Paint properly. And there it is. I want to be able to delete that. Right, it gives me a 404. I agree with Smav. The problem now is that you're mapping a route to a physical page I have. So index is a page that I've already got here. So, all right, tell you what, we'll rename this old index. Right? That kind of makes sense. Let's see what that does. All right, so if I go to second article, nope, that doesn't go either now. If I go to details, second article, that loads. Okay. All right. So now let's try what you were saying with the startup and making that /index /topic name. Like that. Okay, so it can't. If I just change this to second article, that doesn't find it either. If I go to /index /second article, that doesn't find anything. But details second article, and we've got it. Get rid of the topic name bit is the next suggestion. I think that sounds like it might be the thing to do here. And I do want every request routed to it. All right. So now if I say second article, no. Does that old route debugger NuGet package still work? That's a great question. I don't think it does for ASP.NET Core. Let's get rid of some of these other pages out here. All right, startup. So can I just go to details? I do want all requests to index to go to details, yes. Right, this should hit here if it was doing the get on the details page. Hang on, let's read this a little bit closely again. String page name, string route. Adds the specified route to the page at the specified page name. The page can be routed via route in addition to the default set of path-based values. So this is, hang on, I think we have this backwards. This is the page that we should be routing to. And then this is the route. This is the where it's being requested. So if I go to index /topic name, I must admit I would start with the details, rename to index, and go from there rather than reroute for this situation. You know what? I think that might be my next place to go here. Right? So if I go to /index, right? So look, right? Index, this matches the route, and it's going to pass in a topic name. And the topic name that's being passed in is null. So I'm going to get a return, I'm going to get the 404 coming off of this. Right, the 404. So if I change this and go to just slash, that should be going to here. So I don't want it to be topic name equals null, make it not found. I actually want to change this a little bit and say topic name equals topic name home. Homepage. Too bad middleware is too early in the life cycle to get the route info. All right, so now if I go to slash index, right there I'm at, right, topic name is now homepage. Right, and then if I did second article, and we're in, because it's going to slash index. So let's change this. I think we're closer. I think I want to get rid of this. Middleware is a concept in .NET Core, right? And Janescu, I think you're right. Wait a sec. Why are you putting... No, I think we've got this. There we go. Now it's requesting homepage. And homepage doesn't exist, so I'm going to get the 404. Fine. But if I now go to second article, helps if I make it match. And there it is. That's what I wanted. There it is. All right. Now we're on to something. That's where I want to be. Now if I click edit, it's going to try and go... That worked. Back to home. Isn't quite going to the right page just yet. Right? So it came back to the same page. So I've got a little bit of rerouting there. 2017 Core Wiki. Are we still in 2017? We can fix that. That's easy for me to fix. Layout. So we have, inside of ASP.NET Core, of course, we have Razor templates. I'm going to change this to at datetime.utcnow.year. There we go. All right, now I've got the appropriate year down there. But I don't have a home page yet. So let's create a home page. Right, topic name, it's trying to get to homepage, which doesn't exist. We should, instead of a 404, we should have a friendly error page that says, oh, this page isn't there. .NET Core is awesome. We can combine C# power with HTML and CSS. Yes, specifically this is our web framework called ASP.NET Core. Of course, inheriting that old naming of active server pages. But this is active server pages with .NET, and specifically .NET Core. It runs Windows, Mac, and Linux. And it's all completely free, completely open source. And yes, inside of your, what we call Razor templates, you can pivot back and forth between C# code like this and HTML like we have over here. You just start the notation for where your C# is going to start with a little @ sign. And we have a couple page directives on this page that tell it where to start. And standby reloading is whispering about Blazor. Blazor are even newer. It's an experiment. It's our new project that we're tinkering with, where you'll be able to compile your C# code into WebAssembly and have it run in any browser. How well does Razor Pages work? It works really well, Eastlife. I don't have much experience using it because I'm more familiar with MVC, but it works great. Has the same caching, same speed and performance capabilities that you get from MVC. And you can do great unit testing with it as well, if you'd like. So where was I? I need to create a homepage. So I'm going to navigate to /create because that's where my create page should be. There it is. And my default homepage is called, where is it? Homepage. So I will create homepage. And I still don't have my published date appearing properly here. And it is, it's afternoon. Oh my gosh. We're going to need to fix that. And this isn't formatted quite right. We're going to need to fix that. Welcome to the ASP.NET Core Wiki sample project. That's good enough. Alright, so it's trying to redirect back to index. That's fine. I'll just go to /. Topic name is homepage. Come on. And now I've got a homepage. Alright. This is Roar? What is Roar? This is Razor. Yes. Been working on some projects in Blazor so I can create a course for it once it is closer to 1.0 project. Oh, that's very cool, Rule Storage. Planning on doing a talk at my dev guild on it. There's a lot of very cool things happening with with Blazor. I did a video on introducing it about a month ago. You're welcome to check it out. Oh, Ruby on Rails. No, this is not Ruby on Rails. This is .NET. This is... It looks a little like Ruby, but different. C++ and WinAPI sometimes makes me want to kill myself. Says some dude 456. I don't blame you on that. I wasn't sure if you meant Ruby on Rails. I'm familiar with Ruby on Rails. It's been a few years since I've done it. But yeah, I haven't seen that notation since we're talking about a lot of .NET here. Wanted to make sure we were still on the same page. This back to home button should work just fine for us. And actually, I think I want to suppress that back to home button on a details page. If we are, in fact, on the home page, I can get rid of /index as well. No, let me make it /index. C++ and WinAPI get better if you get inside of Windows. You can get WinAPI from Windows SDK now. Yeah, neat. I'm going to put a quick check on here to say if model.article.topic name, yeah, if it does not equal, oh, thank you, Marataziet, or Marataziet. Where do I put the accent on that? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. It's great talking to you there in the chat. Another programmer in Philly. Absolutely. Always representing Philly. If it is not the homepage, then we'll generate our link back to the homepage. Yes, we do want tabs, because everybody should program with tabs, not with spaces. We need to get rid of that vertical bar also. Alright. Fine. Give me that vertical bar. And we'll put it right there. Wait a sec. Vertical bar. That's better. Alright. What? Oh. That should work now. Alright, now if I was on my second article page, I should get, there it is, back to home. Why won't it let me click it? Well, that's weird. How's that work? Is that better? No. That doesn't work either. Sure. That's better. All right. No, back to home is going to second article. Should be going to... let's have it go / homepage. Nope. Doesn't want that either. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to force the issue and just make this an href and be done with it. And I'll just make it ~/. That's better. Cool. Yeah, I escaped the link helper. Let's see how we... bootstrap 4 buttons to it. That's a good idea. Do you use any extensions within Visual Studio? Oh, Eastlife. Do I use extensions? I actually have a GitHub full of the list of extensions that I'm using here, and I gave a talk. I gave a talk on Monday at what's it called? At Dev Intersection, the conference that I was speaking at, showing exactly... Where's my list of repositories? Up here. Showing all the different extensions that I use and some of the cool stuff with it. So if you come to this repository of mine, Ignite27-WebTools, here's a list of all the cool extensions that I use here. And I don't have... My daughter stole my dial. I have a dial. The dial is really cool to use with Visual Studio. But I encourage you to check these out. There's cool things like file icons here, error catcher, browser sync, reload on save. Really good stuff that'll help make your web development with Visual Studio better. In fact, let's put a link to this in my live stream. Put it down here in my setup. So I'll click... Nah, not that. In the README. Let's click Edit on this. Jeff uses a bunch of great Visual Studio extensions, and you can find that list on the WebTools repository. Nuts. I want to convert that to a link without actually... Nope. What I should do is I should bring it in and make it a page here to WebTools. Alright. Cool. Now there's a link off to the WebTools repository so you can learn more. Fantastic. Alright. I think we're about done with what I want to do today. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for the link there, Standby Reloading. SignalR C++ client is coming, but not yet ready for 2.1. I'm not surprised. 2.1 is very, very new. We still have a little bit of time till that's done. So I'm going to go back up and go into my core Wiki repository. Ooh, look at all those pages I touched. Alright, I'm just going to blast this. Fixed routing. So Wiki titles are on the route. And that is for issue 1. Fantastic. Push that change up. Cool. So this should actually be closed for me. There you go. Done. And now we have that capability. You missed the solution, Moxie. Here, I'll show you real quick. So the solution to our little bit of routing problem was, right, the add page route points to the page that you want it to call, and then you give it the format of the route that it should trap. So I told it, right, whatever is available, you know, so it'll default first because this is a second route that was submitted as was suggested. The topic name, it'll grab this if it doesn't match an existing page name, and use this as the argument to pass into the details page and then present. Because I didn't have a home page object in my database, it would return the 404. It would return the not found. And I want to fix this so that I actually have a not found page, so that it more generously helps you find that. So, need a wiki page not found page. That should be easy to do. All right. So I think that's all we're going to do for today. All the changes are pushed back up into the wiki repository. I only have the master branch right now. You know what? Before I go too much further, I'm going to create a dev branch. Oops, forgot the -b. Git push origin dev, and check that out so that we track it. And I will go to my settings here, and just like was suggested earlier, I'm going to make dev the default stream for folks to work in. Terrific. All right, so we did a little bit of refactoring this morning. We saw a little bit more about how to track down versions inside of our repository. Thanks so much to SMAB out there, Simon, for helping out with the with this initial talk about versions there and taking that discussion a little bit further. I think we learned a lot looking at the different ways that you had modeled to integrate and work with version numbers there. That was really cool. Comment here: should the WikiDB be in the repository? For right now, I'm putting in the repository, but I agree with you. It should be ignored, and we should create it on first request if it isn't already there for you. But for right now, I want to keep it in there just so that we have something to start with. We'll build it out with some sample data to ensure it has the same startup data for everybody. But I agree, it probably should be ignored, and we can take care of that in the future. In fact, tell you what, let's create that as an issue here. Wiki.db should not be in Git repository. And you know what? I think that's a good first issue. Folks can take a look. And any of these that folks want to take a look at, you're more than welcome to grab one of the issues and start working on it if you'd like. Of course, Stream Tools Wiki in the future. I think that's a fine idea to work on that. To hook this up so that Stream Tools has a wiki for data about what's going on the stream. That'd be really cool to do. So, thank you, Chillax Thor. You know, you can put down your hammer. You can pick up your hammer now and go back to work now that you're done chillaxing and watching here on stream. Joke, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Virtua Clem, you're welcome. I will, of course, archive off this video, and it'll be available on YouTube a little bit later today. I've got a meeting coming up in a few minutes, and it sounds like I've got some emails to read based on some of those reorgs that happened today back at HQ. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll be back on Saturday. I think we'll do a little bit more work on our stream tools on Saturday and do some work over here. We'll bounce back and forth a little bit for a few days and see what we can do. And I'll be booking some more guests for next week. We'll see about that. You're going to make this wiki into a NuGet package and pre-compile the Razor pages. That's a neat idea, standby reloading. Maybe we'll do that. Lots of different options. We'll figure out where this fits in best, but for right now, I think this is a good base to teach from. Alrighty. We'll see you next time. Take care. My Twitter DM is closed. Drop me a line if you want to send me a DM, and I'll let you know. Just because, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll open my DM here in just a little bit. But thanks so much, everybody, for watching. I gotta run. I'll see you on Saturday, same time. Take care.